Welcome back to another episode of Synthetic Oil Protection. And we're back with Steven. And I don't know if you guys saw the engine flush we did on this little angel. This 1998 Toyota Tacoma. This is the 3.4 liter V6. And it was a heck of a flush. But today, we're not flushing. Actually, we are flushing. We're doing our low toxicity biodegradable coolant. And we're doing our Dominator coolant boost. And we're gonna kick it off right now. Boom. If you're new to my channel, definitely consider subscribing. You can tap the little red icon in the corner. That way you can come back and watch this important information for your vehicle later. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have Steven undo the cute little petcock. It's right down here. I'm gonna show you exactly where it is. Right down in the engine compartment. It's on the right-hand side. And you see the little teeny white tab. It's super bright down there. The sun's hitting it right there in the corner of the radiator. Now we're gonna loosen her up. Good, Steven, and just start unthreading. That's tightening.
No shit.
Steven's gonna start unthreading. Beautiful. And just keep going until she comes all the way out. And there she goes. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take off our top lid as long as she's cool, which she is, and she's gonna really come out. So go ahead and Steven and just open up that top. Did you open up the lid? Got it off? Up, and there she blows.
Damn.
All right, so she's really squirting good. It's a good sturdy stream. All right, and now we just let her drain Don. Beautiful. All right, well, she's still draining Don, and we actually jacked up the corner in the back. That's the back left-hand corner, and that just helps the water come forward a little bit and out. So as you can see, she's running pretty good. Not a whole lot more really coming out as we speak, but Steven's gonna speed up this processes of flushing a little. So go ahead, Steve, go ahead and put a half a gallon in. So just chugga, 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 and you'll see it start to run clear. So you can see Steve's just whoop, putting in, just go a full half gallon. Beautiful. And you can really see it starting to run clear, and that's how we know it's pretty much out. So got that half gallon, do a little more, do a little bit more, yeah. And since his truck's got 375,000 miles, like I said, you guys can check out the engine flush, which was a miracle on this thing. It was just ridiculous how much better it runs. But you know what? We're gonna actually cork her up, go drive her around the block with just distilled water. We're gonna run the heater core a little bit, come back, drain her down again, and we'll be back to go ahead and feel her all the way up with our Dominator coolant boost and our low toxicity AMSOIL coolant. All right. Steven's gonna actually suck out all the old doggy scraps here in this extra reservoir tank. Go ahead and stick that right in here. Put it in here. Yep, there you go. And just start pumping. Oh, yep, it's a little bit of a stickler. Take your time. Take your time. Yep, hold the pump closer. Yep. And just start pumping. Is it sucking at all?
Yeah.
Good, keep going. Keep going. And he's sucking out all the old coolant in there. Just keep going. And we're going to go ahead and put a little distilled water in there, make sure that's clean, and we're good to go. All right, this is time to go drive around the block. Now this truck really has 376 on it. It's really 370,000 miles. And you know, there's not many vehicles that are really special that you got to do the double flush on, but this one's an exception. So it's got 376,000 miles. It's 1998, and we're just going to make sure that all the junk's out of his heater core. So we actually have the heater on right now, and it's circulating the distilled water through it. And we're going to get like little, you know, clumps of stuff. There might be little flakes of aluminum and stuff like that. So we'll make sure that gets out. But yeah, this thing really, wow, this thing running good. Wow, that's amazing. And forth. All right, so there's fourth, and there's fourth floored.
How much better is that than when we tried it?
That's already way better. Oh my God.
Way better.
That thing's pulling strong in fourth already with just straight distilled water.
Right.
So it should be even better once we put the boost in.
Yeah, but fourth, going into fourth like that is a lot better after we did the engine flush and the motor oil as well. After a couple, after going through a couple gallons, all of a sudden, fourth gear had some strength. It was nice.
Shit's pretty good.
Yeah, is that right, huh?
Wow.
I love this truck, man.
Wow. So that lugging, it'll be a little bit better on fifth once we get it done. But wow, this thing runs good. All right, well, we'll be back to train her done. Hey. All right, it's that time to go ahead and feel her up. So this is Steven's first time doing radiator coolant. He did it all. I haven't really touched anything. And it's emotional to see his reaction when he drives this thing, the way it heats up, and it's going to be awesome. So the first thing we'll do to get it out of the way, we're going to fill this little reservoir that we cleaned out. We're going to fill that up halfway. So Steven, go ahead and take the low toxicity biodegradable coolant. This is good for 5 years, 150,000 miles. It's pet friendly, so it won't hurt animals, and it doesn't taste good to animals. So it's really a good upgrade to do. Also, it has proprietary additives that are in it that actually keep it from pitting the aluminum. And it's also compatible with all other coolant makes colors. So no matter what car you have, Mopar, Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, this coolant can be mixed with any other one, and you don't have to worry about any problems. So go ahead, Steven, go ahead and start pouring. I'll keep an eye on it. Go ahead. And you can see it's a real clear kind of yellow. It's really a great looking fluid. And you'll feel the way your engine spools up smoother. Keep going. Stop for a sec. Let's take a look. Keep going a little more. You can pour faster. Pour a good thick stream. Go ahead. Real thick. And bring it up a little. There we go. Beautiful. That's good. Let's take a look. All right, so now we're going to go with the rest with distilled water. So we're going to make sure that his reservoir has a little bit more coolant than distilled water, just so in the winter this won't freeze. So go ahead, Steven, and start pouring with the distilled water. And we're going to run his at about almost 50-50, probably about, keep going, stop. All right, we're done. All we do is plop this back in, get that off, and we cleaned off some of the residue on this little guy. Pops on, and that's it. And now it's time to go ahead and start with our radiator. So go ahead and open up our Dominator Coolant Boost. What this is a proprietary formula, and it lowers your operating temperatures up to 25 degrees cooler, and it also gets your heating time twice as fast. So your engine actually warms up twice as fast, which gets you off idle up, and that actually saves you gas. And this also has additives that keep your aluminum block from pitting, and it actually protects your seals. So this is actually a great thing to put in every year, or 30,000 miles. And Steve, go ahead and put that whole bottle in. This is a 10.7 quart system, and with the mix we're doing, you're pretty much good for 90% of the bottle. So I'm going to have him just put the whole thing in instead of him keeping a bottle around that has this much in it. We're just going to put the whole thing in. And now it's time to go ahead and put the whole gallon of coolant in. And this radiator holds about 8 quarts, and then the block in the heater core holds about 2.5. So it's about 8 plus 2.5, about 10.5 quart system. So now he's going to do the whole bottle of that. And it'll gargle in a little bit. And when we run this about 45, just go slow with it. Yep, just let it go a little slow. Yep. He's actually going to be protected down to about, what is it there, 28 degrees below zero at 50-50, I think.
I don't live in North Dakota, so it's okay.
Yep. Now, if you do live up north somewhere, you would want to run 60% concentrate, 40% distilled water. And I want to show you that bottle. Let me show them that bottle. And you can start pouring the distilled water. And now we're just going to fill her up until she overflows with distilled water. Beautiful. So yeah, so he's good down to, what is it here? Negative 26 degrees below zero at 50-50. And you can actually see all the other makes that this is good for. It's good for all your big trucks, diesel trucks, everything. So you can mix this with any other coolant. It's best to try to get as much out as you can. And we're going to go drive her in a second, and we're going to show you how fast it warms up.
Right? Literally just repeat what I just said.
You can say whatever you want.
No, I'm just saying it's just smooth as fuck, man. It's crazy.
Beautiful. Yeah, we got her in. And now it's time to go racing around. Let's feel the way it...
Here we are again.
We got the heater core going, so we're going to get her all nice and hot. We're circulating everything.
It's a good thing it's, you know, we got the heater going since it's 108 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Welcome to Vegas, man. All right, remember what I said about the oil change? Just go back, watch that last video. I'll just say it again. Like, this is a new car, man. It's nice. We're not even done for the day.
I know. Yeah, we're doing the gear lube, we're doing the manual trans, the rear diff, the front diff, and the transfer case. And I'll put a little link to that up in the corner. But do a first to fourth. That's first.
I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah. That's a lot better. That's cool, man. Beautiful. Nice. Got no BS, man. 376,000 miles on it, man. I guess I turned that over this morning on the way here. It's nice, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. No, man, you want to turn the heater back on, man? I'm not.
All right.
I'm joking, man. Get that crap off. It's the desert, man.
Let's see what she feels like.
That's nice. Yeah.
How does it rev up as it's revving towards the higher RPM? Does it feel any different as it goes up?
Still stronger? I don't know how to explain that.
It just feels like it just feels stronger. All right. So yeah, so the coolant boost pulls more heat out of the cylinder block, and what that does is it actually shrinks it tighter around the piston, and that actually increases your compression and cooler cylinder temps, more horsepower. And stay tuned, we're going to be doing a little video on a Subaru on an all-wheel drive dyno. So we're going to show the power difference of changing all the fluids. And that pretty much sums up. Steven, you're the best. We're going to go back and do the manual trans and the rear diff and the front diff and the transfer case right now. All right? I'll put the link to that video in the corner. See you guys. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. That helps out my channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, you can tap the little red icon in the corner, and then you'll be able to come back and watch these videos later.